This is a major scandal. At this point, you've probably already heard about the Kawhi Leonard situation, but that could only be the start of it. According to reports, after Kawhi, all eyes are now on Jalen Brunson and his team-friendly deal with the Knicks. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Major NBA scandal. Never a boring day in the NBA, even in the offseason. If you've been living under a rock and don't know what I'm speaking about, let me catch you up to speed. The NBA has a major problem on its hands. The Clippers, they have been accused of trying to circumvent the salary cap by paying superstar Kawhi Leonard millions of dollars for a no-show event. Shout out to NBA Central for giving us this following information. According to them, the NBA is reportedly in panic mode over Kawhi Leonard's $28 million aspiration deal. Shout out to ESPN and Pablo Torre for giving us this following information. And a big shout out goes to Torre for being the one to first reveal this information. According to them, exclusive, Kawhi Leonard signed a $28 million endorsement deal for a no-show job with a fraudulent tree planting company funded by $50 million from Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, according to documents obtained by Pablo Torre. It was to circumvent the salary cap. That is coming from an inside source within Aspiration. Shout out to ESPN for confirming that company that paid Kawhi Leonard that endorsement deal of $28 million is now a bankrupt company. Now, after these reports came out, the Clippers released a statement indicating that they had no idea about these fraudulent dealings by Aspiration. However, that's not going to stop any investigation by the NBA into this situation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Recap. What does this have to do with Jalen Brunson and the Knicks? Well, now that these reports are out there and in the open, everybody is looking around the league for the next scandal. And on a recent episode of the Dan Patrick Show, Pablo Torre was a guest. And on that show, he hinted the next scandal could be in New York. During an appearance on the Dan Patrick Show, Torre teased that a story about Jalen Brunson and the Knicks could be coming. According to Torre, it's funny. My tip line has never been more used by enemies of Jalen Brunson. When Patrick asked him if there was anything to the Brunson story, Torre had a response ready. Well, look how he arrived at the Knicks. This is where I have to defer to the reporting I may or may not do on this. Certainly was interesting. Right? Like, okay, that's a pretty good deal for the Knicks. Anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself in terms of that. Listen, I have always believed that teams will find a way to pay their players, whether it's reported or not. In the case of Jalen Brunson taking a team discount, I truly believe he did that to help the Knicks. He did that to give the Knicks more flexibility so they can go out there in free agency or potentially make trades to help this team get better and in the future help them stay competitive. Now, I also believe there's another reason to it. I believe he did that because the Knicks promised him when he's eligible to sign that SUPERMAX contract extension, he is going to get every single penny of it, and he will absolutely deserve it. And even if that is the case, even if they did promise him that, that's a big difference than, hey, take this and we're going to pay you $100 million extra on the side by doing this endorsement deal that does not exist. That is not what's on the table right now. So you can investigate this all you want. But as long as there's not a situation like a Kawhi Leonard situation there, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, they're going to be fine. But does it surprise me that the NBA, that Adam Silver, after Kawhi, would look at Jalen Brunson and the Knicks? Not at all. Every single chance that the NBA can, they will look at the Knicks. At a scandal like this, of course they will. Sports Illustrated continues here by stating, Jalen Brunson spent the first 4 seasons of his career with the Dallas Mavericks, then left to join the Knicks on a 4-year, $104 million deal in July of 2022, a month after the team hired his father Rick as an assistant coach. Then, to make things even more murky, in July of 2024, Jalen Brunson opted to sign a 4-year, $156.5 million contract extension. Had he waited 1 year, he would have been eligible for a 5-year, $256 million contract. His decision to take nearly $100 million less puzzled the NBA observers. That's the deal that Torre is referring to in his comments. Then he admitted it's a bit of a tease around the 9-minute and 30-second mark if you're watching the Dan Patrick video on YouTube. A phrase that I don't really use often comes to mind here. Haters. Haters everywhere. Let me get this straight. Just because your house isn't clean, you think our house isn't clean? No. Listen, maybe some people and some players operate in a shady way to pay superstars all of this money off the record, off the books. Maybe some teams will do that. The Knicks are not one of those teams. Even more than that, Jalen Brunson is not that type of player. He would not do that. He sacrificed that money because he wants to stay in New York for the rest of his career. Not only that, he made that sacrifice so the Knicks can create the team we have right now, a legit contender in the NBA, a team that can go all the way to the NBA Finals and win it all. And I already said it. The Supermax, it's on the table. And Jalen Brunson, even right now, even before this season starts, I am telling you, I am guaranteeing you, every single penny of his Supermax deal, he will be getting from the Knicks. Whether it was promised to him or not, after everything he's done for New York, after all the sacrifices he's made for this team, that Supermax, he is going to get it. And I know that was one of the things Leon Rose spoke to Jalen Brunson about when he took that contract extension, when he left $100 million on the table. Now, I understand for some people, for some observers, for some NBA insiders, it's hard to believe that, right? It's hard to believe a player, a superstar like Jalen Brunson, would leave $100 million on the table, while these other superstars would never do that. That's fine. You can have those superstars. We have Jalen Brunson. It's so funny. The report mentions his initial deal with the Knicks. You mean the initial deal that everybody said he was overpaid in actually getting? You mean that deal? You can never mention that deal to me in an investigation with Jalen Brunson. That doesn't make sense. The Mavs did not want to pay him. The Knicks saw his talent and invested in it. You cannot investigate the Knicks because they made a smart deal. That's your problem, not the Knicks' problem. Don't put it on us. And then when New York, because of our front office, because of our connections, because of how good we do business nowadays, we can convince our superstar and Jalen Brunson to take less to help the team. And you're mad about that? Investigate it all you want to. But I hope when you're done, you can make a public announcement and say to everybody, New York is not only clear, but we apologize for jumping the gun and looking in this direction of Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. Because honestly, after doing all of this, that's what the Knicks deserve. And one reason we're even on this list, one reason the odd makers have the Knicks as one of the favorites to win the Eastern Conference this season is because of the sacrifices made by Jalen Brunson. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this following information and these updated odds on who's going to win the East this season. According to them, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're still #1 on this list at plus 210. The New York Knicks, they're at plus 320. Their odds, they've changed just a little bit. They used to be at 270. Now they're at 320. It's likely because they haven't made that last roster move yet. The Orlando Magic, they're now third at plus 550. Then a huge jump. The Hawks, plus 1,000. The Pistons, plus 1,100. The 76ers, plus 1,400. Three teams are really the only teams to look at for who's going to win the East this season. The Cavs, the Knicks, and the Magic. If you guys want the latest odds, or you guys want to place future bets on any of your favorite teams, including the Knicks, the best place to do that is on the FanDuel app. Make sure you download it now. Remember, guys, FanDuel is the official sponsor of this channel. Do you think that Vegas would consider the Knicks one of the favorites if Jalen Brunson didn't do what he did? Because if Jalen didn't take a discount, I don't know how New York affords the roster that we have right now, how we keep some of the players that we have right now, how we extend other players like Mikal Bridges, how we trade for other players like Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think anybody understands the gravity of the move that Jalen Brunson did for this team. And because you don't understand it, all you can do is attack it, investigate it, look into it. Do it. Go ahead. And after you do it, you're going to understand what I already know, what every Knick fan already knows, and what you're going to find out very soon. Jalen Brunson is him. He's that guy. But what about you guys? What do you think about these bombshell reports coming out, not only about Kawhi Leonard, but also now about Jalen Brunson? Let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.